Rotary Club of Grantham Kesteven was privileged to host its 8th annual Children of Courage Awards on Wednesday the 13th of March 2019 at the Urban Hotel in Grantham. It was a celebration of the achievements of 6 inspirational young people: John, Joshua, Luke, Zen and Mackenzie, who were our honoured guests for the day. Welcomed by our President Libby Simpson and hosted by our club members, 113 people attended this year's event. For those who are able to, please stand for grace.
My young friends, when trials and difficulties come your way, we pray that your strength and endurance will succeed in overcoming them. We respect and support all your endeavours in the future. We also give thanks to friends and family who have travelled here today. May this meal bring us strength and health. Amen.
I am Libby Simpson, Chair of the Rotary Club of Grantham Kesteven, and it's my privilege to welcome you here today. I had the honour of meeting these young people here today before lunch, and I am in awe of every single one of them. As well as our 6 wonders, we welcome their families and friends and staff from the schools and the college who have come to support them. Also, local councillors and business people, the Journal, and members and friends from 17 Rotary clubs, which is a record.
John is a considerate young man who is well liked and respected by his peers. His natural ability to work with our younger pupils has allowed John to demonstrate the wide range of skills that he has, and through his external work experience, these skills have continued to develop. When John gained the role of head boy, it was well deserved, and he takes his responsibilities seriously and is an excellent role model throughout the school. I am incredibly proud of the young man that John has become, and it has been a pleasure to teach him and be part of his journey throughout school. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to John Cronin.
I'm sure Josh won't mind me telling you that at times he has found his behaviour management quite difficult to control, which is brought on through anxiety and also not being able to express how he's feeling. But with maturity, he has come through that, recognising when to ask for help and to communicate how he is feeling and to express how he's feeling, because quite often he's found that very difficult. Josh, as I said, works in our hospitality group, working towards skills in catering and hospitality. And part of this involves making delicious cakes, which I have to say do nothing for my dad at all. He makes a very mean coffee and walnut cake. So if ever you're in Grantham, do go down to the Jubilee Cafe Centre where you will see actually Josh's cakes, and do try them. They are delicious. Josh, well done for this award. You certainly deserve it, and we're all very proud of you, so well done. I now say, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Joshua Chinesky.
Most people who meet Josh say, "Really, visually impaired? I had no idea." And that is the reason that I'm here today, shaking like a leaf. Reading a book, using the computer, playing sports, taking exams, getting around the college can be a real challenge for this young man. And completing his work can be very demanding, even as he can't see the questions, and getting his answers down proves even harder as he can't actually read his own writing. But nothing stops Josh. You would never know that he has the issues that he does because it never gets the better of him. He's a very keen and very, very competitive sportsman. You really don't want to be marking him at all in the sports hall. He will take you out. Now, I'm sure as there are other people in this room today that will verify that life as an LSA can be very challenging in times. But when your student is as willing as this young man, your day becomes a lot easier. When you see them try so hard, progressing through all the stages and overcoming all those obstacles that are so much higher than their peers, it makes us so proud. Proud that they keep going and proud that they don't ever give up. I'm extremely happy to introduce the Grantham College's nomination for this year's Children of Courage, Mr. Joshua Oates.
Shorter than everybody else's. I nominated Luke because he is an inspiration to everyone he meets. There is never a day goes by when he isn't smiling, and his happiness is infectious. He's a fighter. He's a resilient young man who's put his foot down and refused to use his wheelchair now at school. He gets himself around to all of his lessons independently, which at the King's School is not an easy feat. It's been a pleasure helping Luke during his time at the King's School. And on behalf of all of the staff, I would like to wish him every success for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Luke Holland.
Heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking to know that such a delightful student like Zen has had to suffer all of that heartache and pain at a very young age. This being said, when Zen was well again, back to school, she consciously threw herself back into everything. She attended as well as she could. Her attendance increased dramatically. Medical appointments were attended, of course, but that didn't stop her from concentrating on what the most important thing is, and that's her GCSEs at this time of her academic years. Nothing fazed her. She would tackle things with tenacity and resilience in order to just get things done. I'm so, so proud of her. So she meets all our ongoing deadlines. She knows that her exams are just around the corner. But knowing Zen, I know nothing will stop her. And I know that she'll do it all with fantastic ability, and she'll do it very, very well in her GCSEs. And I'd like to introduce you to Zen Espinilla.
as well with the club name and.
Yes, this is nervous. I think my heartbeat was going to the beat of the last song. We've met some incredible nominees today, and Mackenzie Mason is no different. A very young individual, the youngest here today, and has shown incredible strength of character after experiencing the sudden loss of both his parents at a very young age. He had a rocky time. His attendance at primary school was very low. And he had great support from his brother Daniel and his partner Charlie, who are here today, when he started secondary school with us. He's currently at 98% attendance. He always comes into school with a smile, regardless of what he's facing at home. His resilience is incredible, really, and sometimes you think you've got a tough life and things are hard for you, and you see Macca walk in the door and you actually think, no, we've actually got it all right. And they're the people, these people that we've seen here today, that have actually shown us that life is worth a living, and we need to recognise those people as we've done today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm welcome to Mackenzie Mason.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a cracking good day we're having, isn't it? Oh, it's wonderful being here. Our guest speaker today, Sam, we'll hear him in a moment. He was here last year. Now, some of you might think Sam's here because he's a really, really good speaker and inspirational. Yes, but not only. Now, my Rotary friend Keith, far corner from Newark, Keith couldn't come last year when Sam was here. So I reckon it's been arranged that Sam comes back so Keith can hear Sam.
It's all for you, Keith.
But we'll all benefit from that because Sam's fabulous. On this programme, you'll see down the bottom, there's in the middle of the bottom, it says, be the inspiration. Rotary, it's like an internal thing really, but Rotary has like a theme each year. It's for sort of Rotary sort of benefit, but the theme this year is be the inspiration. And it's meant for Rotarians to be inspirational out of their communities. But we know these 6 youngsters we've met today and heard about, they're inspirational, aren't they? So, hasn't that worked out well? So, we have parents, teachers, school staff, and Rotarians. Now, the Rotarians who are here, now some are from the club, but other from other clubs. So you might think, now, why have I been invited? Cracking good day. Yes, that's why. But not only that, and but it's been alluded to a bit before, you might have realised it, what you're now expected to do, if you haven't already got this event, this kind of event in your clubs, in your towns, next year, there might well be, mightn't there? Yeah. Yes! Yes. Now, Rodney will be wanting to go to similar events next year, and then Peter and David afterwards. This is a wonderful, wonderful event, and I love it. And maybe I'll be allowed back next year, just sitting on a table, perhaps. So I think that's me done. Will that do? Yes. Yay! Okay, right.
We have someone with us today who knows all about courage, determination, and all that the Children of Courage Award stands for. He will, without a doubt, inspire everyone here what he has to tell us about his own efforts to overcome adversity. He was with us last year and made such an impression on everyone that it was a unanimous decision to ask him back. If we hadn't, I think he would have come anyway. We are very privileged and honoured that he could be with us again today. It gives me great pleasure once again to introduce our very special guest, Sam Ruddock.
Waited a whole year for my walk-on music, and I'll finally get some. Stevie. What a tune that is. Thank you very much for welcoming me, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back again for a second year in a row. Let's make it a hat trick next year. Why not? It's been a pleasure to be on the top table. Thank you, Chain Gang, for welcoming me. It's been a pleasure to get to know you. Councillors, governors, esteemed guests, Rotarians. Peter, shout out to Peter. He saved me from what could have been a very unfortunate fruit salad bath. But he was sat here when I was not. And as Tim said, everything happens for a reason, and I believe that is the case. Because I haven't got a change of clothes, so it would have been curtains for me. Thank you, Peter, for that. But more importantly, our nominees. What resilient, remarkable, inspirational, yet influential people you are. Your entourage, fantastic work from you guys. You're the biggest supporters. Let's talk a little bit about them, shall we? Something you might not know. Let's start with Luke. Luke is a wheelchair basketball player. Ball is life. That's something we say to each other. Ballers know ballers, you see. It's like a sixth sense. We know when people play basketball. It's like, I know you. Ball is life. He wants to go to Loughborough University, my former university. Best one in the world, in my personal opinion. The Sunday Times say so too. Better than Cambridge, better than Oxford, so you'll be all right, mate. You'll be all right. Let's talk a bit about Mackenzie. Mackenzie is a fan of Chelsea Football Club. Let's not hound him just yet. There's more. But when Mac is on the attack, he prefers the left wing. So if you see him in the football field, he's blazing down that wing. Absolutely. Zen is very creative, but she also told me that she did play the violin at one point. Why didn't you bring it? Start again. Bring it out. I wanted to see a solo performance. Was that also your walk-on music? Was that BTS by any chance? Yeah. See, I know this. I know K-pop when I hear it, man. I'm not silly. Josh has told me that he's in the middle of a foundation course at the moment, but he enjoys his sport immensely. I asked him, what does he want to do in the future? He couldn't tell me. I told him, plenty of time to work it out, young man. You have plenty of time. Time is your oyster, I promise you. John, we have something in common, John and I. Not only is he a Manchester United fan, best team in the world. Ole's at the wheel. How do you feel? He also enjoys his time, or I enjoy my time, in the central attacking midfield. That's his vice. And last but not least, Joshua. Sir, you spoke very candidly with me about your anxiety and how you overcome it. Duke of Edinburgh, massive sporting events. Unfortunately, that your anxiety has stopped you in your tracks, and yet you still continue to move forward. And I say to you, sir, as everybody else here, I truly believe God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. And don't ever forget it. So I'd like you all please to give another round of applause to our nominees. They are fantastic. And the paths will always diverge. They'll always take you to different places. But I think the epitome of being taken to a different place, and despite how difficult that place may be, despite how many struggles we might find there, and the tribulations that go through being in an uncomfortable situation, that you keep moving forward, I think that is shown in leaps and bounds and ounces and pounds in the nominees that are with us here today. Nominees, now award winners. It's fabulous to have you here. It's fabulous to share in this part of your journey with you. And all of this that's happened to me, London, Rio, Tokyo, it all happened because of a very, 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 very simple thing. One morning I was talent spotted by a sprints coach at the university. And this was at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning, where I could have stayed in bed, turned the alarm off, and played some FIFA with the lads. Could have easily done that, but I chose not to. I chose to put my feet on the floor, step out, take myself to that training session, which was not compulsory. I made a conscious choice to be there. And if I hadn't been in that training session, I wouldn't have been talent spotted. I wouldn't have met that athletics coach. We wouldn't have started on our journey towards the Paralympic Games. And none of this conversation would be happening right now today if it weren't for the very, 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 very simple choice that you award winners are making every single day. When the challenge comes, don't step back, step forward. And test yourself and see how much you're made of. The clock always, always, always ticks, and time is always against us. But whilst we've still got it, we should spend it wisely. So I implore you to keep doing what you're doing. When the challenge comes, don't step back, step forward and say, give me everything you got. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
9th Children of Courage Award, get your diaries out please, will be on the 11th of March 2020. You can book in advance, and the way it's gone this year, I would advise you to do it as soon as you can. Right, now thank you very much all for being here. Would our young guests and their escorts please stay behind so we can have a few photographs taken along with Sam and the rest of the chain gang. Thank you very much for coming.
The 13th of March 2019 was an emotional and memorable day for all of us, and it was a real community event. We feel that it is one of the most rewarding projects with which the Rotary Club of Grantham Kesteven is involved, and hope that it will continue for many years to come.